This female reporter is unbelievably unlucky. On her very first day at work, she's sent to interview a recently revived caveman. The moment the caveman sees her, he shoves the soldiers aside. It's the first time in 200 million years that he has seen a woman. Their eyes meet, and primitive instincts instantly take over his mind. Everyone at the scene is stunned. At this point, not even the army, not even the government, can stop him. This terrifying man is none other than Pick, known as the strongest primitive human in history. Just a few days earlier, scientists discovered a transparent rock wall, over 2,000 meters underground. Inside that wall, a 3-meter-tall primitive human was locked in fierce combat with a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Even more shocking, he wasn't defending, he was attacking. This discovery shook the entire scientific world. On the lab table, even after being thawed, Pick's skin remained amazingly elastic. Even Dr. Einstein, who had seen countless anomalies, was drenched in cold sweat. To prevent global panic, the doctor ordered the information sealed, but his assistant insisted that Pick must be revived. The doctor scolded him, telling him not to be ridiculous. Yes, someone once found droplets of water in a 250-million-year-old fossil and managed to revive microorganisms from it. But reviving an entire ancient human? The consequences would be unimaginable. But to the assistant, if they didn't revive Pick, science itself would lose its meaning. Eventually, under his persuasion, the lab secretly activated the revival plan. They monitored all of Pick's vital signs. His heartbeat returned, but he showed no signs of waking up. Until that night, when the assistant was working alone. He munched on a Snickers bar, but something felt missing. Then it hit him. If only I could taste a piece of T-Rex steak. He opened the freezer immediately. A dinosaur that huge. One slice missing wouldn't be noticed. Meanwhile, the doctor was studying Pick's stomach contents, and suddenly realized it was T-Rex meat, meaning Pick survived by hunting tyrannosaurs. Back in the lab, the assistant was already pan-frying the meat. The aroma filled the air. Pick smelled it, and opened his eyes. The assistant remained clueless, enjoying his prehistoric steak. The next moment, Pick snapped the wires restraining him, following the scent, straight to the assistant's back. The assistant was terrified, but surprisingly, Pick didn't hurt him. Instead, he grabbed the T-Rex meat, and shoved it into his mouth. Then he leaned forward to sniff the assistant, as if thinking, not even worth eating. Still terrified, the assistant pulled a gun from the drawer. Sensing danger, Pick's expression turned feral. The assistant fired at the floor to warn him, but within a second, Pick was already behind him. Even worse, bullets had no effect on Pick at all. Pick picked up a fallen bullet, flicked it with his fingers, and it embedded deep into the wall. The assistant nearly peed himself, turned around, and ran for his life, shooting wildly. But to Pick, those shots felt like nothing. Pick grabbed his shoulder, shook him violently, then roared, and slapped him across the room. The assistant scrambled away, reaching the freezer door, and entering the password. Just before Pick could grab him, the scent inside the freezer caught Pick's attention. When he saw the T-Rex body, Pick roared with excitement. The assistant slammed the freezer shut, barely saving his own life. He immediately reported everything to Dr. Einstein. Seeing dozens of armed officers, the doctor simply shook his head. They wouldn't last 2.5 seconds. Against Pick, the sheriff scoffed. What, is he gonna turn into a transformer? Before he finished speaking, a massive wall was smashed open. Pick emerged in rage, charging at the police cars, and smashing them to pieces. The military arrived instantly, bringing their newest battle mech, originally designed to fight elephants. The officer bragged about its power, but Pick was already advancing. The robot raised its arm, but Pick shattered its bulletproof glass. With a single punch, the pilot panicked, trying to lock Pick down, but Pick stomped hard, sending the mech spinning wildly in the air. In just 2.5 seconds, the most advanced mech was completely destroyed, and that was only a fraction of Pick's strength. More military forces were on the way. Tiger-class tanks, Falcon attack helicopters, hundreds of Navy SEALs. The US military mobilized almost everything just to stop Pick, but as the army approached, they suddenly halted. Colonel Strider stepped forward, took off all his clothes, and walked toward Pick, because he knew only sincerity could calm the ancient warrior. And next, he planned to take Pick to Japan, where a certain female reporter was waiting for him.